French Guiana is an authentic and dynamic region that is full of life in all its forms. The kindness of its inhabitants can only be equaled by the extraordinary wealth of nature, which can give you a taste of excitement like nowhere else. Traveling through Guyana provides an unforgettable journey into a region that knows no winter. It offers an average annual temperature of 27 degrees Celsius and a region swept by the trade winds but ignored by tropical storms. A journey that offers at the same time charming beaches and an Amazonian rainforest. Majestic and mysterious and full of surprises to look out for while discovering numerous iconic species. There is, of course, the visit to the Modern Space Center, where the Ariane, Soyuz and Vega rockets are launched. The Amazon rainforest, lungs of the planet, covers 90% of Guyana's 84,000 square kilometers, an area the size of Portugal, and is home to approximately 250,000 inhabitants. Guyana is a land of encounters. The inhabitants are open, sensitive and welcoming people who are able to foster togetherness. 85% of the Guyanese population, characterized by both its dynamic demography and its youth, is concentrated along the 320-kilometer coastal strip bordered by the Atlantic Ocean. The hinterland is covered by dense forests and is accessible only by air. However, canoes or dugouts can be used on the river Maroni, which separates Suriname to the west, and the river Oyapock, which separates Brazil to the east. The bridge over the Oyapock unites via Guyana, France with Brazil, Europe and South America. Steeped in tradition, but with a modern infrastructure resolutely turned towards the future, Guyana has experienced a significant development in its main resources. The largest seaport, de Cannes, receives most of the imports and exports, about 90% of maritime trade. Significant work is underway in the planning and development of the port. Shell France plans to use de Cannes as its main base port. Around the port is the business park, where the future industrial export processing zone will be located. The port of Larivot is home to the fishing industry. From the airport at Cayenne, regional airline Air Guyane serves at present Saoul, Saint-Laurent, Grand-Santi and Maripasoula, and continues to develop its reputation and major role in opening the towns and their inhabitants to the outside world. The region intends to continue the implementation of road infrastructure to streamline the transport of people and goods and improving the conditions for local economic activities. The creation of infrastructure, road construction and development contributes greatly to the growing activity of the construction industry. Economic activity in Guyana has developed along the coastal region, where the more important towns are to be found, and revolves around the traditional sector of logging, fishing, subsistence farming and gold mining. As well as having a dynamic construction sector, the Space Center of Kourou is one of the leaders in its field. However, the economy needs a boost to maintain and create jobs and open up to foreign markets. But how? By bringing business to Guyana and helping them to grow. This is the work of GDI, the Guyana Development and Innovation Agency. This newly created entity resulted from a merger between the ARD, or Regional Development Agency, and Guyana Technopole. Significant resources are in place to support the growing needs of the territory for skilled labor, which offers training adapted to local conditions. The country is strongly influenced by its youth. More than half of the population is under 25 years of age. This growth presents both a strong development potential and a challenge in terms of education, training and job creation. Equinox Formation fully assumes its role in training young school leavers and job seekers, and even allows people to change their métiers and acquire new skills. To boost the economy and attract businesses, Guyana is relying on research. This is a key element. Pole University, which welcomes many students every year, is part of the objective to consolidate and develop higher education and research in Guyana. The IUT, or University Institute of Technology, is present in the Kourou and Tourbillon campuses. The geographical layout at Kourou makes it, in size, France's largest IUT. A very large majority of the economic activity of French Guiana is concentrated in the city of Cayenne. With a population of approximately 65,000 people, over 50% are under the age of 30. In recent years, Cayenne has embarked on the road of modernization while retaining its historical heritage and the uniqueness of the city's traditional character. 60% of the population and 75% of employment is concentrated in the community agglomeration on the coast, and territorially covers 6% of French Guiana. This area plays its role and takes a major place in the local institutional landscape in exercising its powers in the areas of the production and management of drinking water, the treatment of wastewater, treatment and disposal of waste, and development of the transport network. The Petit Saut Dam was commissioned in 1994 to meet the growing energy needs of Guyana. It supplies power to over 50% of Guyana households. With 2/3 of renewable energy, the region aims to produce 100% clean energy by 2030. The amount of sun, water and recovery of wood residues promotes the establishment of solar farms, hydropower and energy from biomass. The construction of a new dam is under consideration. A new highly innovative technology is being tested in the Amerindian territory of Camopi. This is represented by the use of converting the currents of the river into power and allowing scattered populations along the rivers the access to energy. The regional community has installed solar streetlights in all the isolated localities scattered along the Maroni and Oyapock. In Guyana, all conditions are met for farming, mining, fishing, tourism and scientific research, the main conductors of the territory's development. A glance at the agricultural landscape confirms the diversity of this activity. Coffee, cocoa, flowers and all kinds of fruits, vegetables and tubers. Land of France, an exceptional territory. Guyana is fascinating. Discovering its products will perhaps give you the wish to get to know it better. The local economic chamber actively participates in the development of local production by raising awareness of the importance of endogenous development. In the interior, along the river borders and the countryside around the villages, traditional and family farming is practiced. The lush vegetation is conducive for breeding. Two types of fisheries coexist in Guyana: artisanal coastal fisheries and industrial fisheries. Nature has been generous to Guyana. Gold is present in large amounts. Gold exploration has found substantial deposits. This is the second most important export activity of Guyana. Guyana is a land rich in gold, yellow gold, green gold, blue gold, and soon perhaps black gold, after the oil discovery off its coast that raises high hopes for development. 2.4 million hectares, nominated permanent forested zone, managed by the ONF, Office National des Forêts, and eco-certified, are dedicated to the production of timber. Around 20 logging companies produce an average 70,000 cubic meters of logs annually. The region decided to include tourism at the heart of its priorities in a project associating tradition and modernity. The policy aims to foster the development of ecotourism, drawing on the exceptional diversity of its natural heritage while preserving the environment. The forest covers 8 million hectares. This is one of the world's richest in terms of biodiversity. 5,600 species of plant, 1,700 animal species have been identified. You will be amazed by the nesting leatherback turtles. The rivers of Guyana will fascinate you by their incredible size. Discover the Marais de Corps on a floating house. If the place is amazing, the animals that inhabit it are too. This is one of the last refuge of the great black caiman. One also notices within the marshes a breeding farm of species of zebu which have adapted to this aquatic life. Take a catamaran to explore the islands of Salut. You must go there to feel the weight of history. Located 30 minutes from Cayenne and 10 minutes from Kourou, the Three Hills Golf Course gladly welcomes visitors with quality services both in catering and accommodation. A beautiful boat promenade along the river from Monsignory will allow you to discover the mangrove and its trees. Francis will initiate you in the art of panning for gold on the road to Cacao, a village essentially populated by Hmong farmers, originally from Laos. Everywhere in Guyana, you will discover the authenticity of its multiple cultures. Ancestral Amerindian, Creole, et Noir Marron cultures, as well as the culture from peoples of the four corners of the earth who came to embrace their new land and contributes today to its blend of culture and vitality. Located on the Inini tributary of the Moroni, 30 minutes by canoe from Maripasula, the camp base, Tolenga, offers an authentic welcome, allowing the gentle discovery of the Amazonian environment. Novice or experienced hikers, lovers of nature, all will feel at home here. Guyana is a taste of adventure that exists nowhere else. Its Amazonian forest, its dazzling wildlife and flora awaits you. Guyana is determinedly turned towards the future, marked by an unprecedented dynamism in terms of economic and infrastructural development. It is a territory full of a growing number of ambitious entrepreneurs and investors who, through their creativity, contribute to maintaining a high level of economic growth. Guyana is a market in full expansion, with prospects increasing as the population grows. And so all the ingredients are there for Guyana to finally take off.